Well, hello, somebody. Welcome back to a special edition of Inside the Trenches, ESPN New Orleans 100.3 FM, in conjunction with the Nola Musicon. And I'm blessed right now. I've been having some good guests come through. My next guest is a huge inspiration. I sat down and watched one of his panels earlier, was inspired, got some information, and he got some more rolling right out of Memphis, Tennessee, baby. The one and only Tony Alexander. How you doing, my brother? Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm so glad to be here with you.
Absolutely. Y'all make sure y'all follow him on Instagram at Tony D. Alexander. Made in Memphis Entertainment, brother. Boy, when I heard that, I'm like, boy, I'm about to drop me a full-length album today. Boy, they ain't going to let me leave this hotel without me doing something big. Talk to me about Made in Memphis.
Well, it's a passion project, actually. The Hall of Fame songwriter David Porter and I, we came together about a little over 10 years ago to start the company. It has a twofold mission: serve creatives and to develop the next generation of music executives. And so we've been just building different areas of the business. Right now, we have 7 operating businesses under the Made in Memphis Entertainment umbrella.
Yeah, you were talking about me briefly about those businesses earlier. I know the adaptive one, we had Angela on earlier. She was talking about her involvement. So I guess talk to our viewers and our listeners about the different departments and what all it entails.
Yeah, sure. So the very first business that we started was actually our label, Mime Records. And it's a very small label that focuses in on soul and R&B. Then we expanded. We built a recording studio to actually do that work. And so now we have a recording studio in Memphis. We have a recording studio in Atlanta. That business is called For You Recording. The address 400 Union in Memphis is where it came from, but we also wanted to send a very clear message to creatives. We built this for you. And then we have our artist empowerment with distribution business, Beatroot, that was when we thought back about the history of Memphis and Stax Records and how they were kind of run out of business because of a bad distribution deal with Atlantic. We wanted to control our own destiny, so we said we need to launch our own distribution business. And so that was the birth of Beatroot. And so Beatroot distributes for our label and also distributes for a lot of independent artists and labels.
And I really, man, being an artist, an entrepreneur, and a broadcaster myself, I understand the support of labels and have a management team, and you want everything working for that artist. A lot of artists are a bit nervous to get with different labels, especially nowadays. You can take the independent route, but you don't have that support, that backing that labels usually have or would give.
Right.
What I've noticed about you guys, and of course we have a mutual friend in Robin, but what I've noticed about you guys is y'all are really for the artists. Like, I wouldn't be nervous to sign with y'all because, I'm getting informed. This is for longevity for you. Hey, man, it's different areas you can get paid with the music. It's not like your typical record deal.
Yeah, I think the value of that comes from how the company was started in the first place. When you have a songwriter who went through some really tough times, you now understand that they want to set people up for success, not set people up for failure. And so one of the best ways to do that is through education. And then for me, my passion has always been professional development of other people. And so you combine David's music industry experience, me as a serial entrepreneur and educator, those things came together to create the kind of environment that allows us to really support artists in a way that many other companies aren't really interested in doing.
And that's important because, it's so much that is poured into the game from the artist to be successful. Investments. I was listening to you guys, New Orleans versus everybody panel, and it was just about, making artists become global from a certain area. We all the South. Basically, we all competing for the listening ears of everyone from basically Texas to Florida, and we all have a dream of going national. Well, it got a little heated in there, not a bad way. It was professional,
right.
But we got into the legal side of licensing a song, trademarking, and all of that. And I looked into that. As a matter of fact, my family's told me for a while we need to get a trademark. How much it costs? You think we did a payment plan with that? They could. It's expensive, and most artists don't have a whole lot of money to fork towards that stuff. What I like, education, once again, a priority list.
Right.
You know, marketing, production, studio, travel. Those are the things we have to spend our money on. So I guess talk to our viewers, especially the ones that lovers of music are trying to get involved in the business. What are let's just take, I know we don't have a lot of time. Let's just take two things. What are the two most important pieces that an artist need to sustain and grow, but they don't have a big budget?
Yeah, so I think that they need to make sure that they're perfecting their craft. So they do need to have quality content. That includes the music and the assets around the music that allow them to market the music. We talked a little bit about this in a panel yesterday where we said the typical artist is spending a lot of money on studio time, producers, engineers. They're spending a lot of money on lawyers, on managers, and things like that. But when we said what the ideal mix looks like, they were going to spend at least a third of their budget on marketing. Because when you start to market your projects, you're going to start to see a lot of success. Now, one other thing that I would also point out that's very important in this marketplace that people have forgotten, bartering still works.
Hello.
So you have some people who have skills, talents, other things like that. You have something to bring to the table. You can exchange value. And so not everything requires money. And we say the same thing when we talk to artists that belief, because they say, well, if you believe in me, you're going to invest dollars. But belief can come in other forms other than money. And so I do think that artists need to understand that don't use that shorthand of money as the only way that people can show they believe in you. They can believe in you in other ways.
Hey, hello, somebody. We call that the blessing on the front end. You know what I'm saying? And then the money going to be the blessing on the back end. So the bartering system definitely works. Man, Tony, thanks so much for your time.
No, thank you.
You're going to be here tomorrow as well. You have a panel tomorrow?
One this evening, and then a couple of the team members have panels tomorrow, so we'll be there supporting them.
Okay, well, real quick, the panel this evening, what's that about?
It's we're going to talk about artist development from the business side. So that's an adaptive music sponsored panel.
Well, I look forward to that. Adaptive music. Made in Memphis Entertainment, Tony Alexander. Be sure to follow him at Tony D. Alexander on a social media platform.
All right.
Shoot, man, I might give me a deal out of it. You never know. Watch out there now. It's Inside the Churches, baby. ESPN New Orleans. Nola Musicon, baby. We'll be back with more interviews. Hello.
Sounds good.